Father of modern advertising, John Wanamaker said, "Half the money I spend on advertising is wasted. The trouble is, I don't know which half." Well, John did not use Sigmoid's in-flight campaign optimization solution. So, hi guys, welcome to Sigmoid's Tech Talk. Today, I, Arpit Tiwari, data scientist at Sigmoid, will talk about one of the very interesting problem that is marketing activity attribution. Today, lots of companies are spending millions of dollars on advertising, and it becomes really difficult for them to track each campaigns, each media channel, and everything. So we at Sigmoid came up with a very interesting solution which can solve this problem. So for this, there are already solutions available which are providing reporting at yearly level, and we cannot change anything in between campaign, and they do provide each information at media channel level. They can't go beyond that. We at Sigmoid have came up with a solution where we can provide those reportings at bi-weekly or weekly level. We can change strategies in between campaign, and we provide more granularity where we can go till channel, campaign, audience, and creative level to report all the information. So we are serving it for more than 10 clients who are global leaders in CPG industry. So in the MAA, we have basically two parts. Part one, where we do calculate incremental sales. Basically, incremental sales are sales because of marketing activity. So we first estimate what would have been sales if we have not run any marketing activity, and then we can get incremental sales using that information. And in the part two, we do attribute those incremental sales to different channels and different marketing activities. And once these two part is done, then we run a pilot execution which can generate a business KPIs like ROI, effectiveness, CTR, etc. at different time granularity. High level overview of MAA. The MAA process consists of basically four parts. Part one is input, where we get some primary KPIs like weekly sales, media spend, and impressions. Secondary KPIs like COVID data, weather data, holiday data. And the other is information KPIs like SKU grouping and R values. Once all these information are ready, then we find similar geolocations for each test pair. And then we run sales estimation model to get baseline sales for each location for each week. Once we have this information, we can apply simple attribution model to assign incremental sales to different marketing activities in each region. And once these information are ready, we generate report and publish it into business friendly dashboard. In the dashboard, we can see sales uplift, business KPIs like ROI, incremental sales, effectiveness. And then we can compare the performances of different channels, like what was the best channel, what was the worst channel, relative importance of channel, marketing activity level details. Thank you. So let's get started. So for each test geolocation, we run some similarity finding algorithms like cosine similarity, k-mean clustering, db scan clustering, Pearson's correlation, coefficient, and many more. Then we find I number of control geolocations. So when I'm saying test geolocations and control geolocation, basically test geolocation are the locations which have high marketing impressions, and control geolocations have few to none marketing impressions as compared to test geolocation. So if we have few to none marketing impression, then sales from control geolocations will be baseline sales, and sales from test geolocation will contain both baseline sales and incremental sales, that is due to marketing activity. So in sales estimation model, now we have for each test geolocations, we have I number of control geolocations. So in step 2, we apply model to predict baseline sales for each control geolocations. Once we have baseline sales from each control geolocation, we apply ensemble technique to estimate baseline sales for control geolocation, which will be aggregated of all those baseline sales which we have estimated using control geolocations. So now we have both the baseline sales and actual sales for each test geolocations. Now we can get incremental sales due to marketing activity. So at the end of the sales estimation model, we have we have incremental sales for each geolocation and each week. So once we have this information, we run correlated marketing attribution model. So it is basically ad stock impression to attribute sales to different channels and marketing activity. So to do that, we calculate half life for each marketing channels. So we have marketing channels like Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, search, display, and all. So we calculate half life for each media channels, and then we apply ad stock transformation on those impressions. So in ad stock, we have basically three hyperparameters. One is basically L, which is window length, like how many weeks of window we want to consider for our attribution. Then we have alpha, that is decay rate, which is calculated using half life, and then we have theta, that is peak effect. So once we run all this correlated marketing attribution, then we get two very important business KPIs, that is ROI and effectiveness. ROI is basically what was the incremental sales into net revenue per unit divided by spend. And then we have effectiveness, which is incremental sales per thousand impressions. So as we have discussed, like Sigmoid's MAA incrementality solution have upper hands on other solutions. So we can do bi-weekly recommendation for in-flight spend reallocation to derive maximum marketing ROIs. And there is no requirement to allocate budget separately for test and control experiments. Thank you.